What's up guys, welcome to Producer Profiles, the show where I interview producers while they make beats. Today I'm in Zurich, Switzerland with
Dylan James Moore.
Okay, so Dylan, how do you usually start when you're making a beat?
So I have this new process, because I usually work sample based. Now I just randomly chop them up. So on Ableton I'll use the simpler, and then I'll load the song into that one. And immediately it gives me like random chops. And the first thing I'll do is just use those without even making any choices. I didn't even do anything, and we already have like a loop that I could potentially work with. And then I'll duplicate that track and just keep working.
Go ahead from there.
Select some chops and stuff. And now I'm going in like a bit more detailed. And that's it. And then sometimes I'll record like for 15 minutes and I don't even set BPM and nothing. Like I'm not worried about any of that, like being on beat, none of that. And then I'll just play with those ideas. And here you can also select region, and this way you can also jump around in the song, which is crazy. Now this idea doesn't really work anymore, but I'm gonna go back and just record it so I have it. So kind of also working on ideas parallel.
So you just try to get as many ideas out as possible.
Yeah. Just like when the doors are open, you just... Now this just makes me want to add like really simple drums. So I'll do that right now. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down.
Have any beat that is your favorite or your proudest beat / full song?
I would say I would rephrase it like one that I still connect to.
Okay.
They all hit me differently at different times, I'd say. But one that brings me a lot of joy is the ones that like I don't remember making them. And I have stories to like songs, like there's one song, Minutes.
Yeah.
And I sampled Masego, and I had a session here, but someone was in the studio. So I said, let's go for a drive, because I was learning to drive at the time. And then we went to a place where I developed my pictures, and Masego was in the shop.
He was in Switzerland?
Yeah, he was in Zurich in the shop. And then I played him the demo. It was a cool moment because it's just more like intuition based. I love that one. And also the recording was only a reference track for the guy who helped me co-produce it. Like I was in Lisbon, and then I said, hey, I have this track I'm working on, and I felt like something's missing. And I told him like, do you mind adding something to it? And then he said, yeah, but what's the flow and stuff? And we had a mic, and I just read like the lyrics with no intention of using that verse. And then my friend did a backing track also just as a reference, and it felt so good and so pure. We just used that one. And it's one take. There's like 7 people in the room, and it's just...
that explains like
that's why at the end there's
that
this
last part,
and that was the recording, and we used it. So
I love it.
I think that one is really special to me.
Yeah.
Because the whole project was made in a very solitary state, and then this song has like people in the recording that I really love and that mean the world to me. So yeah, it's more like that. That's what speaks to me.
So gray that my
That's a luxury of being in the basement.
Is this people flushing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's a constant reminder to find a new studio. Do you ever have days where like no snare sounds good?
Oh my goodness, every day. That's every day, bro. How do you feed your creativity?
Consuming less. So let's say if all you had was an empty room, to me that's still endlessly inspiring.
Would you not say consuming sometimes can be a good way to feed the creativity?
100%. And I do it all the time, but you need to really check yourself when you're doing it for inspirational purposes or when you're distracting yourself from something you should be doing.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So there's obviously, like you could say, YouTube, endless inspiration, also endless distraction.
Yeah.
What the hell? That's like fly low.
It all connects.
Let's go!
That's it. That's it. That's the
That's
one.
the moment when
That's
I stand
the
up and do
one.
this. That's what I do. Yeah. What the hell? See, that's the kind of moment. All this playing around before was needed for this.
We can go a simple question.
Yeah.
How did you start making music?
I really connected to music, like always. Like I have, my dad always played music at the house. It was a bit of a madhouse because there's always music playing.
Yeah.
We had a piano at home and I just played like randomly for hours. I would just go and pretend that I know how to play. And then I found out that people sample. And then I got my first software, which was Hip Hop Music Maker. And I got that, and then from then on it was on like friends at my place all the time. I met some people when I was 16 that had a real studio. And I was like, I just need to work with those guys. I just started spending time with them and just hanging out with them, going to events, going to functions. And then we had a crew and then we did shows. And then I made my first music videos with a camera like the one you're using.
Is that how you got started with the other side of your creative
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think,
photography, the videography?
yeah, it was around that time. I picked up my first camera when I was 17.
Okay.
My first like film camera.
One, two, three.
Part 2, Kuma, me and you.
We are in Dylan's studio. So one of the main reasons why we came here to the studio was to see some of the work, and we were gonna check the studio space out, but it's packed up for something else.
Yeah.
But can you tell us about some of your favorite works that you've done? Maybe album covers that you've worked on?
I've actually got my favorite album cover here that I did for 2 friends of mine, and I love it because they allowed me to do what I wanted to do, but they weren't happy until everyone was happy.
Yeah.
So it's very minimalist, which I love because I think music talks or speaks for itself. And we chose not to even have any track list on the back. So you really have to buy it and hear the music for the track list. Yeah, I love this one a lot. Check it out. And then one thing I loved making, which was about a 3-year process. These are pictures I took from 2015 until 2020. And I just always had these images on my computer. I just wanted to create something to have them all in one place, but also to end a chapter in my life. So there's like encounters in here, there's travels in here, there's relationship in here, there's friendship in here, there's things no one can explain in here. So yeah.
So it's a bit of it's a personal book.
Yeah, it's like, what do you call it? It's like archive material, but the way I did it was like I wanted to create pages where they make you question things a bit, if you allow it. And it's also, it's just like archive and documentary of my surroundings and stuff. Wait, let's promote point and shoot. 1, 2, 3, let's go.